The next sign is a Texaco Easy-Pour Can, and this sign's from probably like 1915 range, and this was pretty hard sign to find. This sign's not the greatest shape, but it's like I said, it's an iconic sign and an iconic can with that on there, because Texaco is the only person that uses this can with the round can. And they may have used it. I'm not for sure for the timeline, but the Texas company or Texaco started like in Port Arthur, Texas, back in like 1870s or 1880s, and they're still It's not actually Texaco. Somebody owns the Texaco logo. In 1911, when they broke up Standard Oil into like 27 or 30 different countries. Now, it's not companies, but now all the companies, they want them to have all those different companies for antitrust and so monopolies and stuff like that. So now they're all going back. There's only like 5 or 6 major oil companies, or maybe in that may 3 or something like that. But anyway, this sign, the deal with a handy pour can was easier to use. It had a spout, you could pour in the engine and stuff. But what happened with this was there was a screw-on cap, and what people would do, they'd empty the oil, they'd use the oil out of them, and then they'd fill the can up with off-grade oil. It wasn't Texaco oil. So then you didn't, the Texaco, when it came from the factory, they knew it was in it, but after that they could sell off-brand oil in a Texaco can. So what happened, like in I think it was 1931 or 32, they went to sealed quarts. And the reason went to that, when you got a can of Texaco oil, you got a can of Texaco oil. And that's when, and then before that too, oil bottles, that's when oil bottles were used before that too. And they did the same thing with oil bottles. They'd fill them with off-grade oil and sell them as Texaco oil. So that was the kind of the depth for those kind of cans. And from that time on, now it's plastic, but it's still in quarts and it's sealed. So you know what you're getting when you buy it. And that sign's probably worth, in that condition, this is probably like a 7.5, 5,000, 6,000. When they're in mint condition, a 9+, you're probably looking at 12 to 15,000. It's pretty rare. I mean, I in my books I rate things for rarity, and 1 being common and 10 being like 1 known or something like that. And this is probably like 6 or 7, someplace in that range. So they're out there. There's probably 10 or 20 of them at least out there. Maybe probably more if I know that many, but I'm just saying that that's probably a 6 or 7, and that's pretty good.